birds come in. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. Yeah. I go in back of the. They all from that. Yeah. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. Yeah. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam in the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a cave back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Calling the shots in the huddle will be the 8th-year man from TCU. His first season in his 30s. The quarterback is Andy Dalton.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So now, and a right side completion here by LaFell. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Bell. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now it's Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Chris Baker in there to drop him. For a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he finds the foul complete. A very solid gain of 27. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. This Pittsburgh defense always keeping the offensive line on their toes, or I guess on their heels and back.
They are certainly about pressure, aren't they? At 56 sacks as a unit in 2017, which led the NFL. They certainly live up to their nickname, which is Pittsburgh.
Now a carry for Bernard. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing, Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they get him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 14 carries, 61 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On third down, Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Justin Hunter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller. And taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And now here's Ross. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. To throw here, Dalton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Brandon, sometimes we give a lot of these running backs credit for being good receivers, and all they catch are swings and screens. Le'Veon Bell's a full member of the passing game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether he's split out of the backfield or not.
Well, no doubt he can catch it, coming off a career-high 85 receptions in 2017. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And this one's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, that was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Darqueze Dennard there defensively.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
1st and 10 for Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. But Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and the shelf life of these NFL running backs seems to be getting shorter and shorter. How long can he go at this torrid pace?
Usually we say 30 is kind of the line of demarcation for a running back. But Le'Veon Bell played all 16 games in 2017, takes great care of himself off the field. I think he's got a chance to break through that 30-year-old mark, and in a big way.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Lawson, the 4th-round pick out of Auburn.
I think it's safe to say, partner, that he was one of the steals of the draft last year. A lot of injury concerns. That pushed him to the 4th round before he was selected. But 8.5 sacks in his rookie season, I think he's only going to get better.
And those sacks, 8.5, led all rookies. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And James has it. And down inside the 15 he goes. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He can run, and the Steelers are in for the touchdown.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offside.
Still
Easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Dalton here from the gun. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Second down, Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They look to throw on third with Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This will be Dalton again. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd in the final second. To the first half, and the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And this one through the uprights and good. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Nifty move. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
It's second down. Don't look it. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's brought down after a good gain. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And that'll set them back 5. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. play fake here on first down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And this is LaFell. It's caught. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Dalton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
He got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? The touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. That escapes the sack. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that's complete to LaFell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete. He was looking to get it to LaFell there, and it's 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Dalton now to pass. Under a heavy rush. rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. Oh, nice move. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before you can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
On the give, this is their fullback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Steelers on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's going to be met at about the 43. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go!
Again, it's Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Set! Blue 30! Hurry up, let's go!
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. James has it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Blue 30!
Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot, and the Steelers have won the game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Steelers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.
Come here, soon as I got seats in there, hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the, I got a girl, Brad, yeah. She go to battle, LED logo the tag, yeah. I go in back of the, they all from that, yeah. My diamonds, they all look at this, that, yeah. I go to bet on bet, I got the